Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Capricorn for February 2025. And this will be the person most on your mind read. It is the last reading for this deck, the Yuletide Tarot, till I pack it away for the winter, because I'll be using a different deck in March. And I really enjoyed the readings, the way that the messages came through this deck. So I thought I would do one more turn and give a reading with the person most on your mind, this deck. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe. Capricorn, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, but most of all for showing up. And this deck has a way of splitting in three. Seems to like to do that. That's why I'm using it for the person most on your mind. And here we see the king of Canes, so King of Swords. So Capricorn, you're being very serious or very honest with what you want and what you've done, your work. You're taking your work very seriously so that you're able now to reap the benefits and reap the rewards, because you were true to the cause in itself. You're being honest, you're hardworking, which is what you are naturally. Then there seems to be a doubt. There's discussions. There's lessons to be learned. There's judgment calling here. Well, judgment. It's because it's the highest judge in the land when we look at the Sinterklaas or the Hierophant, and we recognize lessons being learned, the work that was done, the honesty that is entailed in the way you work. You're working with integrity, you're working for a cause, you have purpose. If you don't have a purpose, you don't go into a venture or an adventure. It seems to be holding back from discussing something, or waiting for the right moment maybe for others. But it is a question of satisfaction. And maybe you're thinking that you're not satisfied with something, or you have doubts that you will get satisfaction. And it seems to be a bit of an argument. Seems to be a bit of an argument. It's sort of waiting for some kind of judgment, or discussing a discussion that will go towards marriage or divorce, or a higher level of relationship, or something to do with making a judgment call, because that's how it started when I was voicing what I was seeing. And then we have the Six of Gifts. So again, it's deliberating. Maybe there's an uncertainty. Making a decision seems to be hard because we're holding back on making a decision. We're looking for satisfaction. We want to be honest about something, or we've been honest, or we're really wanting to toe the line on being serious about what we want and where we want to go, and we're not stepping up to make that offer if it is for marriage, or we're holding back on discussing breaking up a relationship, but somebody is feeling as if it's not been fair to them, or their fair treatment needs to come, and there's that judgment here where justice needs to be served, and we're looking to go to the highest level of judiciary system, for others, looking for a lawyer, maybe for dealing with a lawyer, dealing with a doctor, dealing with a judge or a judgment, or waiting for one, or doubtful that you'll be able to have a discussion and be treated fairly because of whatever circumstance you're in now. You're thinking, I'm not being treated fairly, or someone isn't being treated fairly, or someone feels that they've been given more than they should, and now they want to pull back and not give. You see, again, it's a judgment call that needs to take place. And then we see this the strength card. So having that courage to step forward and make an offer, to take a relationship to a level of clarity, or to have a certain clarity with another person. Again, it is being honest. Is first and foremost is on the roster here. It's going in a little deep here for just breaking away cards. Don't know why, but it's again the Hierophant will do that, and the King of Swords as well. So we have the Page of Good Cheer. So wanting to be honest and have that relationship reveal itself as forgiveness or a second chance, having that possibility of starting up a relationship, having to choose one over another in some cases, having to choose to be in a relationship or to be alone, having to choose, period, making a choice, putting the priority on one instead of many. And that can be for anything, you know? It's a relationship, so it's work, it's family, it's friendship, it's acquaintances, it's school even. What you want to study, or who you want to go out with. It's just a question of choosing and sticking to the choice, not having that wishy-washy, well, I maybe, and maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's a fundamental change that someone is going through, whether it's you or the person most on your mind. Again, honesty, and it goes deep because someone is feeling that they weren't treated fairly, or someone is thinking that relationships are quite difficult and there's a holding back on getting into a relationship any further than a particular standpoint. This is where priority comes in, and having that emotional connection is everything when it comes to choosing. Now we see the Death card, so we know that there's a transformation, there's a change, and that's a change in attitude, a change in behavior, and a change in wanting in the way you deal with particular people or individuals. And here we're looking for the happiness, and we're looking to change and become happier or feel that sense of freedom. Instead of being, well, I would say held back or bogged down or dealing with everything in a fight, like a debate. Instead of debating, we're allowing, we're just having an opinion and allowing others to have their opinion. We're not being too stringent, in other words, because he's kind of forceful, this king here, this King of Swords. So very direct, but again, there's that sense of changing about how you feel and becoming more relaxed and having a little more fun, feeling that you can, feeling that you should, because that's where you're headed, from that stringent attitude to a little more freedom and just enjoying each other's company or the company of others. And it's something to look forward to because it's coming. It's as if you were working really hard, focused on what you really want to do and really putting that hard effort in, to come now and realize that you can breathe, you need to take a breath, you need to relax. Someone is making you feel that you can, or circumstances are changing gradually. Again, there's change coming around that will make you feel that you can be happy, that you can be free, that you can celebrate and just have a good time with other people. Here we have the Knight of Candles. So again, that freedom to move, freedom to choose, freedom to explore, freedom to have a good time and have a new beginning, have a sense of opening up to feeling and allowing your feelings to lead you. Here's where we overcome that sense of having to work hard and hold everything together. We're getting that okay, it's okay to relax. That's what's coming, Capricorn. It's building up slowly. You're getting that feeling, whether it's coming from spirit or it's coming from other people, particular individuals that you're dealing with. You're feeling more your feelings, in other words, and you're overcoming that sense of I have to hold everything together. I have to keep focusing on work. I have to work hard. You're looking at your horizons. You're seeing that there is a future, that things are going to change because you're feeling that sense of change where things are changing for you and you're sensing it coming. You're being patient with yourself helps to open up that where you can relax a little bit and get over that feeling of disappointment that you weren't loved enough or you didn't have people around you who cared enough for you, or feeling that you had to work twice as hard or that you had to put that extra effort in order to have some kind of stability. Your feelings are helping the situation change. It's just happening naturally. And I guess it's just the timing. And I don't guess it. It is the timing. It is where the planets are placing themselves now that our sense and sensibilities become a little more softer, a little more emotional, and we pay attention to how we feel and what we've been through as heartache goes, and then we understand a little more why we're pushing ourselves so hard. And that is where we become a little more relaxed and a little more emotional, and being that we are opening up because we realize that it is okay to feel what we feel. That's a deep lesson here. And this is the epiphany that you're getting. But it's okay. It's okay. Whatever is happening, it's out of my control. And I can only go with the flow. And I can only do my best. And I can only do my part. Because you've been doing it, Capricorn. It seems to be deep, deep lessons showing up here. And this is where the responsibility and that sense of wisdom, that innate, natural connection that you have either with someone in particular, the person most on your mind, or it is just the way you are seeing things differently now. You have become a little more wiser. You want to settle down. You're starting to feel that pull to go with your emotions, and that's where all the doors will start opening up for you. And here we have, see, where you change your perspective, you have that readiness, that wanting to be in a commitment. And here we have the King of Gifts. So it's a question of taking that responsibility for your part in the relationship, putting an end to a cycle of all that drudgery and difficulty. And again, it's the truth about who you are and what you've done, or the circumstances that you were in that brought you to feel like you weren't good enough, or that you had to work so much harder because of. that truth is panning itself out in a way where you are able to relax, but at the same time be in control, especially of your feelings. Yes, it is difficulty, it is hard times that you've been through, but it is those hard times that have shaped you and given you that sense of purpose so that now you can reap your rewards and settle down. You see? You will have a relationship, or you will feel that victory in being recognized for that what you've done in the past, good, bad, or ugly, in other words. It doesn't matter. The point is that it has taught you to be a stronger person. And here is where you make up your mind and destiny comes in and makes things change. There's that change coming in. We can go all the way to the end because we see the strategy, that sense of I need to look into how I feel and the cause and effect of my own actions, and there's that overcoming the sense of not belonging and having a plan to move forward into the future and leave that behind you, what no longer serves you. Again, it is all about taking care of yourself first in order to be able to help others or take care of others. You can't take care of others if you're not balanced enough to take care of yourself. It's just a sinking ship if you're imbalanced and then you get together with someone who may or may not be balanced, and then you're both sinking or drowning, in other words. Instead of that, you're seeing your way clear to overcoming that sense of not belonging or not fitting in, and you're finding your happiness is coming through recognizing your feelings and going with what you feel and allowing your feelings to lead you into a new adventure. Capricorn, it's like the whole reading is right here. I just felt I had to. Okay, so the person most on your mind, and we broke it down. It's pretty deep, this one. And why not? I mean, you work hard for what you want, and if you're thinking about someone and wanting to be in a relationship with them and allowing yourself that freedom to feel and relax and have some fun, then yes, it is going to bring you to the depths of deep personal change and personal growth. And then the deck splits open here, where we put an end to the burden. We think a lot, but we're also thinking about what we need to do, and because we're so used to doing all the work, we're looking back now at how hard it was, and we're wanting to put that burden down. Capricorn, you're really taking a look at the cause and effect of what you've done in the past, and wanting to reach out and talk with someone, person most on your mind, is going to make a huge change. Again, the Tower, the Chariot, it's destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. It's coming. It's coming. Again, it's a little slow, but that's Saturn for you, and you're used to that. You're quite comfy when things take a long time to happen because you know that it's worth the while. Okay, and worth the wait too. You're being patient, and that's good. And keep that, because that is your truest strength. Okay, so we'll cut, and again, it's this person most on your mind is the spread, and I'm using the Oracle cards, which is the same that I did with the January and February read. So it's the Seasons of the Witch Oracle for the Yule Oracle. Oops. I know what the card is. It keeps coming up in pretty much every read, but this is the situation between you and the next person. And it's uncanny that it be that card again. This is how you're dealing with the situation, and then this is how the next person is dealing with the situation between you. And that's that person, that next person is the person most on your mind, Capricorn. I feel a smiling with this read. Not quite too sure why, but just those cards that came. It's like I said, I just did the whole reading with the breaking up of the deck, and now I'm smiling ear to ear. I can't help it. Let's see where this goes. This is Spirit's advice, and this is how you're dealing with that. And then this is how the next person, or the person most on your mind, is dealing with Spirit's advice to go through or deal with the situation at hand. And this would be the potential outcome, because what I say is not written in stone. It's all free will. If you choose to follow the advice of Spirit, and even if you do choose to follow the advice, it doesn't mean that this is actually what's going to happen, but it could. Because there's freedom here. You get to choose. So this is how you deal with the potential outcome, and this is how the next person, or the person most on your mind, deals with the outcome. And this is why I'm smiling, Capricorn, because it's a new beginning. It's that sense of opening up and feeling, really paying attention to how you feel. Because remember, you just work. Production. Let's get things done. It's no time for feelings. Let's get the work done. Just get the work done. Let's get past this. Let's make a buck. Now you're in love, or you want to be in love. You're feeling that heartbreak is, you're overcoming whatever it was. Could be, it was deep. It was a deep heartbreak. Again, this doesn't mean it's a romance. What it is a connection with other people that was just, it wounded you, and it was a deep wound. It was a betrayal. It was feeling thrown to the side or thrown under the bus even. You know what you've been through, and you are coming out feeling that it's okay to love. It's okay to love again in some cases. Depending on who you were dealing with, that love is it could be for that romantic love, it could be for family love, sibling love, acquaintances. It's that sense of being able to open up and share what you feel, and being able to grow from it, not just share it, but to help others and to help yourself move past that suffering and that pain and that anguish, or that betrayal, depending on the situation that you're overcoming. You know what you've been through. And here we see that things are coming back into the balance, because we have the Knight of Candles, who is determined to feel some kind of joy. And we're looking at the moon for that change to take place. So it could be the next phase of the moon. So we have the new moon, we have the full moon, and we have the waning moon. So it could be another month from now, depending on when you started feeling that it was okay to open up again. So if it was closer to the full moon, then it's by the next full moon, etc. Now here we have the Nine of Swords. So we're going from the 3 all the way to the 9. So it's a bit difficult, and it's harsh. The thought processing of reaching out or being secretive, because it's not just timing. There is secretive behavior that is creating a sense of worry. And if it's you, or if it's that person most on your mind, then yeah, you want to question why there is this confusion or worry, or why you feel that you have to worry, or why are they worried, depending on who's worrying. But it's more of a, I need to get past this this dissatisfactory, this sense of betrayal, this I'm not used to being open. I want to open up more, but I'm a little worried that they won't take me. They might think I'm crazy, or they won't believe me. Again, that's the moon, the illusion. And this could be you, this could be the person most on your mind. But this is where you have to rise above that, or they would have to, and just allow. Just allow for it to happen. Don't try to force the issue. Don't try to look for ways to make it fit, or to really beat yourself up for how to get them to understand. No, if they're gonna understand, they're gonna understand. Same thing with you. If they're worried that you will not believe them, you see, somebody's worried that somebody's not going to believe whatever it is that they want to say, or what they're doing, or where the circumstance is at, or this sudden feeling, or this new change of feeling and going with what you feel and dealing with your feelings. It could be a little strange for others who are used to seeing you in a different light, or if you are used to seeing others in a different light. Because it goes both ways. It goes both ways here. It could be you, it could be the person most on your mind that is feeling this sense of, I missed my chance, I don't know if it's going to happen. I keep thinking it will and it won't, and I'm tired of the same old. I want something else. I want to do something. I want to feel different. So I'm going to do something different. And this is where that initiative pays itself out, where you get your just desserts, where there is an ending of a cycle. Things will change. Things will change, Capricorn, and you know that. Whether you want it to or not, you know that things will change, because you are a trendsetter. You see what is coming. You look forward to having change so that you can take advantage of that. Again, we see that there is secrecy. There is keeping things under wraps, and that growing and learning and changing is quite personal. So it's understandable that you're following your instincts and you're feeling it more and more, that things are working in your favor. And yeah, they are working in your favor, Capricorn. And the person most on your mind, they're feeling that effect too. You're going to celebrate. You're going to have that 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Gifts. You're going to feel that connection is solidifying, and happiness is building, because the change that you know you're going through is all about love. And it's going to become more and more as time goes by, because you're allowing yourself to open up. And we see here again, that's why I'm smiling, because this page of gifts is just in practically every read as the situation where plans are being made. It's the new year. It's that resolution. I want to do this. I don't want to do that. I've changed the way I want to change something. I want to change everything. Well, the plans is there. And again, I've said it in other readings, what your plans are and what their plans are may not be the same, and what Spirit has planned may very well be different too. But nonetheless, plans are being made, and you are committed. You are not letting it go. This is why I'm smiling, because there's a joy there. There's that sense of, I want to be happy, and I'm going to go for my happiness, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me. And this is what makes you succeed, in that determination. And the next person here, the person who's on your mind, they're going through changes too. They're coming into realizations that this can work. Whether it's a positive or a negative on their end is still to be determined. But that's where your conversation comes in. And there's growing and changing. Again, look for that marker of the moon phase, because that's where you're going to see if you have conversation, when you have conversation, what that conversation is all about. And here, Spirit's advice is to reveal all truth. Be honest. Be honest in what you feel. Be honest and talk about how you are overcoming and what it is that you're overcoming. That is where your sense of freedom comes in. And what doesn't satisfy you, you need to talk about that too. You need to share everything because it is a part of the commitment. Let's see how you're dealing with this. You're really going forward. You're excited. You want this. You want things to change. You're putting all your efforts into growing and changing and becoming more because you are following what you think is your destiny. And I say what you think because you have an idea of what your destiny is. Spirit knows what your destiny is. And you're allowing Spirit to guide you that way, following what you believe, having hope in having a commitment. And how does the next person feel about this? They are being serious. They are very serious. They are straightforward. They're honest. Could be that you're dealing with an air sign. Could be that they may be focused on what doing the right thing. They don't have to be particularly an air sign, but their logic. They're going with the logic and not just emotions, but they're very serious about the changes that they want to see happen. And if they are honest, which they are, because that's what the King of Swords will be, he'll be brutally honest, not just honest, but he will make sure that the truth is brought to the surface. And that's a good thing because Spirit is saying that to be revealing and be open to the other person, the person most on your mind, and share what you feel and what you want and what you think. Again, this is air signs on both sides. So it doesn't mean that it's air signs. It's just we're looking at the logic on this. You're practical, so they. Doesn't mean that they're an air sign. You're an earth sign, and you have that connection with Aquarius. Now that's where Saturn is. So you're being fueled by that desire for change, something new, wanting to see the future, wanting to get to your future, wanting them in your future. And here we have the Three of Gifts. So it's hard work, and it has been, and it's something that you've been working on. It could be projects, it could be that you were working together, and now that relationship is developing more and more. And this is where you have that recognition, and it's a success. This three, it's the Three of Pentacles. It is a success where potential is there to work together and build something, because that's what you want on both sides. Maybe you're dealing with another earth sign too. It could be. But here we have the Holy King, so the Emperor. So you're feeling that really deep connection to building and working and setting up a foundation and having a future. You're very serious as much as they are being very serious. So you're a match. Regardless, you're a match. Your methods of thought process or your logic works on both sides, because here we have the king of candles, so this would be the King of Wands. He has a similar wisdom to the King of Pentacles, except he's a fire sign, he's an earth sign. So you are in your glory here, Capricorn, because of the Emperor, and he or she may be in their glory as a fire sign that you could be dealing with, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Regardless, we have air, we have fire, so there's that passion between you, or their thought process is bringing in and building up their passion. Now remember, they're going through a tower, so they're going through a great change, and it could be that the 13 here could be a good representation of them, and they're going through changes, and they're keeping it under wraps, or they're going with their instincts. And I mean, it doesn't mean that because they're not telling you that it's a bad thing, it's a secret. They're just going through what they're going through, and they're growing and learning from it, and they have to process before they can share it with you. But if they follow Spirit's advice naturally and with their instincts, they will come and tell you. It's just a matter of waiting for the right time. Remember, we saw the two of Swords earlier with that deep read into the breakup of the cards, where waiting for the right moment as well as holding back, because that's what the High Priestess would represent, that someone's holding back on information because they're not ready. They're going through the change. They're really focusing on what they want, and they're going to come with a mature attitude when they do actually come to you or meet with you. Capricorn, what a mouthful I've had for here this reading. Let's take an oracle message on what the advice that Spirit is offering for you, Capricorn, and the person most on your mind. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe. Again, Capricorn, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Most of all, for showing up. Okay, we'll do a cut. Again, it's a random card that I will choose. And here it is, tranquility. There we go, that peace of mind, that settling in and settling down and feeling at home in thy womb of blissful quieting and calming stillness lives the world of worlds, spellbound to the silence. And that is a good feeling, where you feel tranquil, you're calm. And that's what you feel between you. And that's why I'm smiling more and more, because there's that sense of belonging between you. And if you're both going through or have been through rough times, then yeah, it's overcoming that sense of not belonging and having that sense of home and comfort. See? Sitting by the fireplace there and really relaxing. Someone is feeling that with you, Capricorn. And then we have Mother Mary. So it is worth the sacrifice, because that's what she is all about here. Let's read into that. And see, we have the cardinal medicine. So that coupling, these cardinals, they come together. They mate for life. So you do belong together. And it's building itself slowly and surely. And that's what Mother Mary represents here. That it's that sacrifice, that long-term suffering of giving something up in order to have everything. Into the arms of a mothering embrace swells a wisdom full of grace. In thy bosom, where she whispers, sleeps the eye of winter. So it's a question of taking that time, slowly going through, which you are doing, patiently, and with that hope and faith in the relationship. Because together, between you, there is tranquility. And on that note, Capricorn, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, love and light.